The New Orleans Saints are preparing for the Buccaneers and Mother Nature too. The Acme Oyster House afternoon wrap starts right now. Hi again, everybody. Welcome into the Acme Oyster House afternoon wrap with John DeShazier. I'm Sean Kelley. We're outside today at the Osher Sports Performance Center. That's where the Saints practiced. And John, it's in preparation for deteriorating weather heading for Tampa this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to rain. It's going to be messy. Unfortunately for the Saints, I guess fortunately for us, not raining right now, but they did have to go through some drills to try to prepare themselves. Mainly, you want to make sure you have the right kind of spikes, but again, you have to have the conditions deteriorate before you can really determine the kind of spikes and those kind of things you want to use.
I think one of the wettest NFL games I've ever seen was at Raymond James Stadium, just a couple of years ago between the Saints and the Buccaneers.
A weather delay, as a matter of fact. It was so messy that they basically had to stop the game, and then the lightning, and that really was what caused the stoppage. So you got to be prepared for anything down there because there have been some weather issues down there before.
All right, it did not rain on the practice field today, but the New Orleans Saints did just about anything they could to try and simulate the wet and sloppy conditions they might see on Sunday.
You know, it doesn't matter, rain or not, we'll be ready to go. Some guys like to wear gloves in the rain, some guys don't. Some guys like to wear longer molded, some guys like to wear studs. So, we're just going to have to be out there, figure out what the weather is, get our footing right in pregame, get our handling right, and be ready to go, man. The elements are part of football, and you can't, be worried about, if it's going to be raining or not. So it is important, and it can affect the way a game is played. But as long as everyone knows their job, knows their assignment, is aware of the elements, we'll be just fine.
All right, so that's the Mother Nature aspect of Sunday's football game. The other aspect that at least the Saints defense is getting ready for is the suddenness that we found now in the Buccaneer offense.
Yeah, they have been the most explosive offense, or one of them in the league. They lead the league in yards per game. They lead the league in passing yards per game. So we know that offense, even with the deteriorating conditions, probably going to throw the ball a decent amount of times on Sunday.
Yeah, it'll be important to get pressure up front. Sheldon Rankins talked about that and what he'll see across the line of scrimmage.
They've always been an explosive offense. Jameis, like you said, Jameis is playing, really well right now. And if they're able to, obviously, not have any turnovers and move the ball the way they've been known to move it, they present a problem. So for us, it's going to be about going and doing what we do. They're going to come in and try to create a lot of big explosive plays with their guys on the edge and in the run game and different stuff like that. But for us, it's going to be about playing the way we played all year. We're confident in what we put on tape that if we go out there and play the way we played all year, we'll have success. It's just going to be about going out, executing, play in, play out. They're going to make plays. They're a talented group. But for us, it's going to be about weathering the storm. They're going to create big plays. Mike Evans is going to have some big plays. Deshaun Jackson, those guys. But, holding those guys to field goals, creating turnovers and negative plays and different things like that is going to be big for our defense.
Finally on this Thursday, let's wrap up the injury situation. Good news on the New Orleans Saints side based upon what we reported yesterday.
Yeah, Michael Thomas, wide receiver, back on the practice field, full practice. We know he didn't practice at all with that injured ankle yesterday, but full practice, it's always a good sign to have him back on the field. And for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a couple of guys didn't go. Deshaun Jackson, the wide receiver, he wasn't able to go with the thumb injury, and also Jason Pierre-Paul, defensive end. Now, Jason Pierre-Paul, we don't necessarily know about his status. He might be able to go even though he didn't practice today. Deshaun Jackson, we don't think he's going to be able to go because he's got a thumb injury, and being a wide receiver, that's going to hinder you a little bit in terms of catching the football.
Yeah, both guys now have missed, though, 2 days of practice this week. All right, preparations continue tomorrow. The Saints obviously have an eye on clinching the division as well. We'll cover that as we look to wrap up the week of practice before heading to Tampa. For John, I'm Sean. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody. Go Saints.